Welcome, relationship enthusiasts. I want you to pay attention to this video. This lady took her husband to court for divorce because her husband demands so much sex, 3 to 4 times a day from her. I want you to watch and see how the judge handled this matter. It is interesting. Let's watch.
Manny with his sex. He wanted to have it just constantly. My body just could not take that.
Now Tamara Fleming comes face to face one last time with Jerome Fleming in today's session of Divorce Court.
All rise. Court is now in session. Maybelline Ephraim presiding. You may be seated.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. This is the matter of Tamara Fleming versus Jerome Fleming. I'm advised that after 2.5 years of marriage, Mrs. Fleming, you're ready to end it. Yeah. Tell me what's going on.
Well, Your Honor, Jerome, he has a sexual problem. Jerome,
and what's his sexual problem?
Well, Jerome has a need for sex 5-6 times a day, or whenever possible.
5 or 6 times a day?
That's
yes,
not true.
yes, Your Honor.
Twice a day.
No, that's not true, Your Honor.
Every day. It would be nice if I could get sex every day.
No,
not
Jerome is a sex addict.
Why do you say he's an addict?
He will wake up in the morning and he will watch porno movies.
That's
before.
because I didn't get sex at night.
No, because he's an addict. He will watch porno movies all day. He'll wake up in the morning watching movies. He'll go to bed watching movies. I wake up in the middle of the night and I hear people moaning and groaning, and I turn around and there's a video on in the middle of the night. While I'm
obviously you don't have any children.
No, we have children.
So where are the children doing all of this?
Sleep.
So why are you watching movies instead of having sex with your wife?
Because my wife is not having sex with me.
So you ignoring the person on the movie screen?
If my wife is having sex with me at least twice a day,
no,
he
wants sex more than that. And
at least twice a day?
At least twice a day.
No.
When do you work?
I work. When I get off of work, I want some sex to relieve the tension.
When do you sleep?
No, that's not true.
Hey, it only takes 15 minutes to just finish doing that.
Oh, so you're saying that you want a couple of little quickies?
I mean, it doesn't take that long. 15, 20 minutes.
And you weren't getting that?
No.
Why not?
I don't know. She had a problem with it. She was having sex when we first got together. She watched the pornos with me. I mean, everything was together.
Your Honor, I didn't have a problem with watching the movies. I didn't even have a problem with having sex with him all the time. But Jerome got very demanding with his sex. He wanted to have it just constantly. I mean, my body, any normal woman body cannot have sex all day, every day.
Well, he didn't say all day. He said twice a day because you're working part of the day. But normal is a relative term. I mean, some women would, just enjoy it. And would just be real excited about it. Some men would just be the opposite, that they couldn't handle it twice a day. Some women would be craving for 3 or 4 times a day, and some men would be crying. All right, so it all is relative. The point is, though, is this a surprise to either of you in a marriage? You didn't know that he had this type of, vivid, excitable sexual appetite before you married?
She started it off like that.
So that's what attracted you to her in the first place?
No.
Oh.
Because I waited a while before I even got some.
All right, but then once you engaged in sexual intercourse, you said she was aggressive and she had the healthy appetite then.
Doing different things inside the relationship,
we don't have to describe them. We can use our imagination.
Well, Your Honor, I did a lot of things because I knew how he was, and I knew what it would take to make him fulfilled. I was trying to make him happy. Because
Wait a minute. Now, don't come off of it. Trying to make him happy.
Yes.
And you wasn't getting no satisfaction, right?
No, I didn't say I wasn't getting any.
So you were doing everything that he wanted just to make him happy. Mrs. Fleming wasn't interested in any of it? It wasn't making you happy? It wasn't exciting you? It wasn't what you wanted and enjoyed?
Yes.
No. It was okay in the beginning. But Jerome got demanding. He wanted just constantly, all the time. My body just could not take that.
What my parents always taught me was don't start something you can't finish. So you started it with him, so you led him to believe that your appetite was just as healthy as his, and then you changed on him.
Your Honor, I got sick. And a lot of times,
all the time. That was the number one excuse.
No, there was no excuse.
You can only go through so many excuses.
No, that was no excuse.
It may have been an illness that did affect her ability to have the sexual performance that she had before.
And Your Honor, I tried to tell him that I had some women problems that I had to go through, and I had surgery. And Jerome actually left me the same night that I had surgery. I'm at home in the bed, sick, and the kids running around the house, and 10 minutes later, he's like, I'll be back, and he's gone.
It wasn't actual surgery.
Yes,
wait a minute.
it was surgery.
No.
It was surgery.
No, I want to hear why it wasn't actual surgery.
I mean, what I'm saying is that
what's actual surgery, Mr. Fleming?
I mean, when I think of surgery, it's like when you cut you open and you get up under the gas and all that kind of stuff.
Your Honor.
You don't have to go there, please. If somebody were to cut your penis and that doesn't take much for a vasectomy, would you call that an actual surgery or not?
I would just call that torture, but...
Yeah. But when it happens to a woman, and it can be done outpatient, and it's not a knife, and you're not under the,
Judge,
gas.
I made a mistake. That night, I made a mistake.
Just listen to me. But when it happens to a woman's body and it's outpatient and she doesn't have to have an anesthetic and she can get up and go home shortly thereafter, it's not actual surgery. I'm here to tell you it is. You have to be considerate of her body and when she wants as well. You can't respond every time you want it. Come on. That's like trying to get everything you want every time you want it. Can you get every dollar you want every time you want it?
No, that ain't happening.
Can you get everything from any other human being every time you want it?
No, but this is my wife.
Respect her as a woman. She's still a human being. She still has a body. It still has limits.
How long does... see, I think this is wrong because it's not being like 4 or 5 times a day. It's never been like that, period. Okay. So for her to say it's demanding is wrong.
A lot of other things besides the surgery was going on.
Like what?
Well, I actually have, like, my mother, she has lupus, and it's genetic in my blood. And a lot of times...
You know what? Don't say, here we go. Because if you didn't think that the surgery that she had to deal with her female problem was actual surgery, you certainly won't have any understanding for lupus.
All I'm saying is that she brings this up, and sometimes there's nothing wrong with that.
How do you know? Tell me about the lupus.
Well, a lot of times, my legs and things like that will be hurting or will be numb, and a lot of times I will have heart palpitations where my heart will beat real fast, and Jerome knows that. I spend a lot of time going back and forth to the hospital, to the doctor, taking steroids and everything. Right.
Which is the usual.
But I can understand that.
You did?
Yes, I understood that. I mean, I knew that she had lupus and that sometimes, I would rub her legs.
What happens with lupus?
It's supposed to be a breakdown of muscles and things like that.
And can you tell when it's breaking down?
No,
Can you control when it's breaking down?
No.
Are there days when you have real good days
and real bad days? Some days you can't
get up out the bed?
I know that. That's what I'm saying. I wouldn't mess with it those days. They wouldn't be like, oh, come on.
But would you complain about it because there 2 or 3 days?
Not when I knew she was sick.
He complained all the time. He said that was just an excuse. I was just trying to run that on him as an excuse because I was sick, but I was actually sick and he was not understanding.
For 2.5 years. When divorce court returns, Tamara reveals she didn't like sex with her husband, but found it exciting with another man.
But if you got hickeys on your neck from engaging in sexual activity, then why were you able to engage in it with somebody else but not your husband? Didn't your marital vows say for better or worse in sickness and in health?
I'm saying that's just some of the time. That's not the main thing.
What's the main thing?
Her whole relationship, the whole sexual the relationship has just went downhill, period.
But was it all due to sex or other things?
For her, she said it was me for the sex.
I'm talking to you. Was it all due to that it went down the drain?
No, trust, communication, all of that.
What kind of trust? Why did you mistrust her?
I mean, we both had our ins and outs with different people in our relationships.
What's ins and outs with different people? You mean adulterous affairs?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, I like the way you guys just gloss over that.
If that's the case, he needs to tell you about
Did your pastor tell you about that?
Huh?
Did your pastor tell you about that? Thou shalt not commit adultery?
Yeah.
He told you that part.
About that.
But you didn't bother to try to enforce that.
That was only because I wasn't having sex with my wife.
Well, he chose to go practice with somebody else to make a baby.
And he said that if your wife doesn't have sex with you, you are then free to go out and have sex with somebody else. What verse and chapter is that and what Bible?
Never heard
I haven't read it in any mind.
It's the Jerome Bible.
Yes, the Bible called Jerome, huh?
Yes, ma'am.
St. Jerome 1 and 1, right?
Yes, ma'am.
It's wrong. It's wrong.
I deal with this. I mean, I can understand.
That's what happens in a marriage.
Well,
There are times when it's not there.
For 2.5 years.
But you see what he said, Your Honor?
That doesn't give you grounds to go out.
He said, what about him? That's all he
that was for sickness and health and better for worse. You got to stay married.
No. You got that wrong, buddy. You don't have to stay married and run around and have adulterous affairs.
In sickness and in health.
Hold on a second.
No, that's adding. He's got a month-old baby right now.
What you say?
We were separated. We were separated.
Why are you smiling?
Because.
Funny to you?
No, the thing of it is because we were separated. We were separated at the time. You
Well,
know,
I think it's still
But you
happened
were
while
still
we were
married.
together.
and the reason that we separated, because when I came home, she had hickeys on
Was
her
the
neck.
baby born when you were separated, or did you engage in the conduct when you were separated?
Engaged in conduct when we were separated.
And you said as you came home, she had hickeys on her.
That's right.
But if you got hickeys on your neck,
That's what I'm talking about.
from engaging in sexual activity, then why were you able to engage in it with somebody else, but not your husband, with your sick body?
I can't hear you.
Jerome's sexual activity, it was too demanding.
You
for
didn't
me.
answer my question. You skipped right over it. Why were you able to just do so with someone else? You're telling me that you're so tired, that your body is going through sickness and illness, that you couldn't even please your husband and have sex when he wanted it, but yet you could go outside the marriage at those times instead of going outside the marriage when you were feeling good enough to engage. Why wasn't it your husband?
Jerome had completely turned me off then.
Oh, okay, let's just have it. Tell the truth about it.
Jerome's sexual activity was so demanding that it turned me off. When it was time for us to be intimate, I was turned off on it.
What else is going on, and what can I do for you?
Well, Your Honor, I think that
Wait a minute, I have to say this. You have a child together. Now he has another child. And you keep
Jerome
doing...
has 6 children.
Oh, don't tell me anymore. You know, your healthy sexual appetite, you may want to think about having a little surgery yourself.
No, ma'am, I don't think so.
What else? It's a sad state of affairs, and you people don't even realize what's happening with the children, and you expect the next generation to do it differently, and you're going to sit up and try to teach your children what you shouldn't do, and they're sitting there watching you, Daddy, and watching you, Mommy, and they're getting mixed messages. But yet, when they come home and start having sex and all they want to do is have sex, you want to beat them.
No.
You want to punish them. They can't help it. They don't have a hope and a prayer when their daddy and the mama is not living up to any type of standard. Where's your morality? What else? What do you want this court to do?
Well, I think that Jerome should be able to help his child be in a housing. We had to move. I have to move with my kids and start all over and put them somewhere in a house and make sure that they're safe. And I think that he should be able to help pay for that.
She left, Your Honor.
You want him to pay for a house?
I want him to at least be able to give me first month rent security deposit
Get a
or
job.
at least a security
Get a
deposit.
job.
You're not working?
Get a job. I tried to hook.
Hold on a second. I asked a question. Are you working, Miss Fleming?
I just got a job, Your Honor, and I'm getting ready
And where are
to
you
start
living now?
with my mother.
And you want to move to your own place?
Right.
And you've been with your parents since you separated from him?
That's right.
What about that?
She get a job, she'll have a nice place to stay.
So it's all on her. Is that what you're telling me?
No, I mean, I can pay support or something like that, but it gets to the point she left. I'm not responsible for right now for where she's staying. If she don't have a place for the son, he can come stay with me.
Are you paying support?
No, ma'am.
And how long has she been gone with the son that you haven't bothered to let him come stay with you?
Well, he's been with me since we've been separated.
For a weekend.
I'm talking about, has he been living with you physically all the time, with you bearing the full responsibility for his care since you've been separated?
No.
Oh, so now all of a sudden he can come stay with you?
Yeah.
Now you're supposed to uproot him from where he's been with his mother.
He only been there 2 weeks without me. 3 weeks without me.
All right.
When divorce court returns, the judge renders her verdict.
So while you out there with your healthy sexual appetite, keep in mind there's a cost.
Divorce court is back in the case of Jerome Fleming, who says he divorced his wife Tamra because she couldn't give him enough sex.
I don't think it's unreasonable for her to ask or to request that you make a contribution for them to find a place to live.
A contribution.
That's what I said. I think I said it clearly. Contribution. What's the cost?
It will cost about $700 for a first month rent security deposit.
$700?
Yes.
And it's been 2 weeks since you've been separated and he hasn't provided any support.
It's been longer than 2 weeks.
How long has it been?
It's been ever since December right before Christmas.
All right. Okay, I'm going to order you, Mr. Fleming, to contribute $400 towards a living place. And thereafter, since you have a child and there is no child support order and you're not paying child support regularly and you're already separated, we might as well catch it while it's fresh. Thereafter, you will pay $200 per month for child support for this child. Yeah, for one child. So while you out there with your healthy sexual appetite, keep in mind there's a cost. and you have 5 other children, and I hope those mothers go after you and get some support. When they hit your pocketbook enough, then you may take up my offer to have that other operation. Court's adjourned.